Hey guys, I'm Lavonne and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Putting together a baby registry is a ton of work. For those of you that have done it before, you know that it takes hours of your life and tons of stress to decide what are the things that you need and what are the things you don't need when you don't actually know what you need yet. And so I am here today to share with you my top 10 items that I would recommend that you need either for your baby or for the postpartum period to make your life easier, help you sleep better, help the baby sleep better, and help you get back to your normal life routine with your baby. But before I do that, make sure you subscribe down below, share it with a friend, open up the description box and check out all the links down below. Everything will be linked down below, and then let's get started. Before I actually get into talking through each of the items that I have selected, and by the way, I have taken a poll with my sister, with my parents, and with her husband, as well as the things that I recommended to them that they purchase for their registry for this video. And so I feel super solid about the 10 things that I decided on. Without further ado, I think we'll go down the list. Now, mind you, I will also disclaim that a couple of these items, I did reach out to the companies prior to Hannah having the baby and told them that I would love to feature them in a YouTube video because I love them so much, and a couple of things were free. So I want full disclosure on all of that. Mind you, I will say that I actually emailed them and was like, hey, yo, I love you. Can you help us out? So that I will get to in a second. So when I was talking about all the things, first of all, I want to say that I am actually more of a minimalist when it comes to baby items. I joke and I like talk about getting t-shirts that say all your baby needs is a boob, a box, and a blanket. And so really, like, actually a blanket's here, a box is not, but I will mention it. Your baby really needs you, okay? And I think a lot of times when you're having a baby, you can get really crazy about all the stuff that you need, and then you end up with a super cluttered house and things that you don't need, way too many of different quantities and stuff like that, okay? So I encourage you to really think through your list, and then the other really like kind of side tip I have for your registry is just ask for gift cards too. Like put all the essentials on your baby registry and then have some extra cash for some of those side items that you're like, oh my gosh, this thing would be so helpful, which actually this is one of those things that I will talk about that like, I was like, ugh, that's such a waste of money. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, best investment ever. So we'll get there. Okay, so I think I'm gonna start just down the line, and some of these things you've maybe heard me talk about in my Instagram stories. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, go over to Instagram, follow me at Bundle Birth, because I am doing stuff all the time over there, like in the moment when we're going through things. The first one you've seen me talk about is the Haka. So if you intend on breastfeeding, this is the thing you need, okay? And mind you, some people will say like they didn't have as much success with the Haka, and I can do a whole dedicated video on Haka if you would like. It is just a silicone, they call it a breast pump, but it's not a breast pump. It's just like a manual thing you suck on your boob, and then I actually talked about this in the hospital packing list too, so I need to be a spokesperson for them. But you put it on your boob while you're breastfeeding the other baby, and it gently sucks out some of your extra breast milk to help gently increase your milk supply, and then you can start saving milk from the very beginning. So it's like $13, best $13 of your life, especially when we talk about other breast pumps that are gonna be a little bit more pricey than that. You can start saving milk right from the beginning. My sister has like 30 ounces in the freezer already, and this kid is 3 weeks old, okay? And she's not using the Haka every feed either. So best investment, if you're a breastfeeding mama, you absolutely need a Haka. Okay, I'm gonna continue with some of the essential items. The next one, this maybe seems so simple, guys, but I also didn't wanna just tell you you needed a bunch of things that you don't actually need. There's our very practical advice. This is very practical advice. Our Burp Cloths. And these are ones literally from Amazon. They are so soft and stretchy, but I think too, like they're great for throwing over your shoulder for burp or spit up. And if baby spits up, you can grab one and just wipe it and bleach it in the laundry, wash it when you're done. We bought 3 packets of these, and they're literally everywhere. I see one on the windowsill, there's one over in the crib. I grabbed this from the living room. And so to have these around for little spit-ups, then that's great. But also for little things like tucking under your boob when you're breastfeeding and you're sweating. That's one thing that she'll be like, oh, here. Or you're leaking milk and it cleans up here. Or you have a spill, grab a burp cloth, and they're just so nice and handy to have around. These ones are super soft, they're stretchy, they're awesome, we love them. That was definitely voted in when I polled the family, they were like, burp cloths, duh. So we use these a lot, and they're like, I don't know, 10 bucks a pack or something like that. I'm not gonna be good with prices because I didn't research that ahead of time, but I will link everything in the description box down below, and it's also over on my Amazon list. I've actually compiled like most of the items that I've ever recommended to anyone in baby lists, in postpartum lists, breastfeeding lists. There's what's in my labor bag list, hospital packing list, one for my infant safety and CPR. There's just like fun fashion finds, stuff like that. So head on over to Amazon, check out my list over there, and make it super easy for you. And anytime I find something that either I love, my sisters loved, other clients have recommended, or I've tried myself, I just throw them on those lists. So they're constantly being updated. Okay, so that's my other side note. Now, the other thing you're gonna be spending a ton of time doing is diaper changes, okay? So I almost put diapers in here, but then I was like, that's silly. Like, everyone knows that they need diapers, but you need some diapers. And by diapers, I mean a ton of diapers. And actually the average is about 8 to 12, 10 to 12 diapers a day that you need, guys. So that box of 72 is about a week's worth, okay? Maybe even not that, okay? So you need a ton of diapers. Now with that, one of my other recommendations I talk about in all my classes is the idea of a diaper caddy. So all your diaper supplies going around with you, one in your diaper bag, one upstairs, one in your living room, one in your by your changing station, so that you don't have to go to one place to change a diaper. Ends up taking too much time and simplifies your life a lot. And so something that I love, this is from the brand Stork, and I was putting together like a travel essentials for a new baby video, which I feel like is very inappropriate right now during the time of Corona when no one's traveling. So that was the original plan because it's so travelable, but for you guys being on the go or even being around the house, we've actually used it as a diaper caddy, and then it doesn't spill. You can grab it, throw it under an arm, versus like even the diaper caddy baskets, you have to like pick them up, and like if you're carrying the baby, it's all awkward or whatever. I love that it's all in one place, and it's so cute and waterproof and everything. So in this little Stork bag is a diaper changing mat, which these waterproof mats are for sure, you need at least 3 of them is what I would say. One for your diaper bag, one for your house, like maybe a couple for your house, because otherwise you end up having to do way more. You're already doing so much laundry, but you end up doing way more laundry than you need to do. So you throw this down prior to the diaper change, and the number of times this little dude has peed all over himself, his face, his body, his clothes, and the mat. This mat has saved us from having to like strip the bed or wash the couch, etc. So this allows you to change a diaper anywhere. You need some waterproof diaper mats. I love Stork. This one comes in multiple colors, and then it also comes with the bag. And in the bag, there's like all these different compartments. So you can throw your diaper rash cream in there. You can throw a thing of wipes. You can throw some diapers and the mat all in one. It goes with you, can go in your diaper bag. Love it. It's also waterproof. So if you're on the go, like you could throw a onesie. Oh my God, I didn't even know that. It's magnetic. That is so cool. Oh my gosh. Okay, I didn't even know that. I haven't been using that already. But you could throw diapers in the outside, and then you could put all your dirty stuff on the inside, and it keeps it waterproof. So this is one of my favorite things of all. It's very simple. I can't remember how much it is, but I will put it in the description box down below. It is by the company Stork. Yes, Stork, I believe, also has some really awesome maternity leggings. So head on over there and you can pick one up for yourself. Then, as far as essential items go, this came up in the live that we just did for Hannah's postpartum experience. This comes from Amazon. They're called non-woven sponges, also known as 4x4s in nurse lingo. And what all they are is a little piece of gauze. They're soft gauze, and they're kind of like cloth 4 inches by 4 inches, hence the name. And these are so versatile for so many things, guys. There's 200 in a pack. I think it's $5.50 for 200 on Amazon. I will link it down below. But these for circumcision care are perfect if you plan on circumcising your newborn boy. They also are great to cover the little penis when they're peeing, or not while they're peeing, but when you're changing a diaper. We'll grab one of these, and I don't feel like I'm wasting my money because they're so cheap that you can throw one on their little penis, and then if they pee while you're changing the diaper, you don't have the disaster mess everywhere, so that's really nice. We've used them for, she has like a cold eye mask thing, and it was too cold, so she'd like put them between her eyes, use them as a breast milk catcher, little breast pad thing in there for sweat, for spit up, throw them away. They're so nice and handy to have around the house. I've talked about them on Instagram a bunch of times, but they're just one of those versatile things that aren't necessarily baby specific, but are just really nice to have. And in 3 weeks, we've gone through this many of them. Okay, so we use them for everything. Super great purchase just to have on your registry, have around the house. Okay, so last but not least, as far as like essential staple items, you need a boob, a box, and a blanket. And so I couldn't get on here and not talk about having some swaddles around here. So I've actually filmed, it will be coming, a YouTube video on how to swaddle your newborn, which is super fun. But as we know, swaddling is one of those newborn essential skills that's really good to know how to do. It helps with their sleep. So first of all, to support your sleep, you need some swaddles. Now, not everybody likes the just like blanket muslin, just blanket style swaddles. Some people will like the Velcro ones. That makes them easier if your baby gets out of it. You can always try one of those. I talk about that in the swaddle video. But I would say that having the actual swaddles versus just the Velcro ones are so nice because they do so many different things as well. You can swaddle your baby in it. You can use it as a breastfeeding cover when you're out and about. You can cover the stroller with it to block out the sun. We've stuck it in the window to provide window shade from the sun when they're driving. We can use it for spit up, for that. I keep doing like boob sweat, but like boob sweat's totally a thing for you. So expect your boobs to sweat a little bit, especially when you have your newborn skin to skin. And so these guys just to have around the house. We also use them rolled up or folded, like when you're breastfeeding, just to like tuck into certain areas to be able to support your hand for breastfeeding so that you're not wasting all your energy, okay? So I would say personally for swaddling a baby, my favorite are the stretchy ones. This one is from Copper and Pearl, I believe, which is a brand that I love. They have great stretchy ones and really cute patterns, but it's 69% polyester, 28% rayon, and 3% spandex. And so it's different than the muslin ones because it's so stretchy. So this one, for actually swaddling the baby, I love. It also is a little bit more heavyweight than the muslin ones. So for fall or for even winter, sometimes like you would want something like this. For summertime and for doing just more of like the versatile stuff, I think I might like the muslin more. So having some of those. And then the flannel ones, I'm gonna say are not my personal favorite. I actually can't stand swaddling a newborn in the flannel ones. The fabric doesn't fold and bend, and it's not my favorite. So, but if you live in a winter or a cold place, if you live in a winter, you probably wouldn't live in a winter. If you live in a cold place where there is winter, then you might want something a little more heavy duty for your swaddle. I know the Halo has a really good one that has Velcro that's a lot warmer. So have a bunch of these guys around the house. I know they're a great baby shower gift. People love giving you swaddles. You'll have plenty. If you have a baby shower and or registry, people will buy you swaddles, okay? But I would say they are an essential item. So then we're getting into more of the these guys are gonna be on the cheaper side. If you're gonna spend a little bit more money, and by a little bit, I mean like $25, let's be honest. The next item I have for you that you absolutely need and get used to using and try out even in the very beginning is some sort of wrap for your baby. And so this one was a gift for them. I can do a whole video series on wrapping your baby and why wearing your baby is so great, but I'm trying to find the brand. Hold on. So this is by the brand 7. I talked about this. I have an IGTV on how to wrap your own baby, so you can go over to Instagram for that. But we have been wearing the baby constantly. His dad has been wearing the baby constantly. Even for me, if you work from home, if you run a household, if you have other kids, wearing your baby even at home, which I think a lot of people think that like this is just for out and about, which it is. It's great for travel on an airplane, wear your baby on an airplane. But even around the house, I've worn him when I've been working so that I have 2 free hands for your own independence and not feeling so claustrophobic with your newborn. Wear them, okay? And they love it. They thrive on anything that mimics the inside of the womb. And so when they feel so tight and cozy, they're right next to your skin. They could feed if they need to. You're good to go. Best thing ever. She has 2. I'd say have at least 2, and there are different like price points and different thicknesses. This one's gonna be on the thicker side. I know Kia Babies is another brand that I love, and they have one that's a lot more lightweight. There's different like, I don't know, patterns and stuff to go through different outfits or whatever. You can do what you want, but get yourself, put it on your Registry, some sort of like wrap the long fabric kind for your newborn. Now there are also the carriers. Those are more like for going out and about, I would say. It would be harder to wear that around the house. It feels a lot more bulky, whereas this kind of just incorporates into your body. So I like these more, especially for a newborn. As your baby gets bigger, you can do some other things for wearing them, but you're not gonna probably wear them around the house. You'll put them like in a playpen or, you know, with a caregiver or something to be watched once they're mobile and stuff. So anyway, that's my rant. Get yourself a wrap. You'll thank me later. I will mention one item for you mamas. This is not for the baby. This is for mom for the postpartum period. And this came up because we have literally been moving this thing around the house, and it was something that like I use regularly and I suggest regularly, but I don't ever see on any kind of baby lists or anything. And so that would actually be a electric heating pad. And this one was one, it's probably from Amazon or Target or somewhere, just a generic heating pad. I'll have a couple options in my Amazon list or link down below, but this for the postpartum cramping, because it is super normal that when you breastfeed and as you're recovering, especially the more babies that you have, you will have some uterine cramping, kind of like menstrual cramps, and they can be pretty intense. And so the heat on your uterus, so you put it like down here while you breastfeed, is so nice, so soothing, and makes it so much more tolerable, especially if you're trying to avoid taking meds. And you really have to be taking meds around the clock in order to cover yourself for when you're breastfeeding, because you're breastfeeding around the clock. So easy fix, get yourself a heating pad to have for the postpartum period. It's also great for labor, to have while you're in labor and early labor, put on your uterus, put on your lower back. Good, just kind of household item. You might already have it. So that is definitely on my top 10 list. Next would be the thing that, honestly, I mentioned this before, but like I thought was the dumbest thing in the world, if I'm totally being honest. I thought that it was such a waste of money. I thought this is like so extra, you don't need it, whatever. And then EcoMom actually did send me this and to try out, and I love it. So they don't even know that I'm featuring it here, but because I love it so much, it is here. So this one is specifically from EcoMom. This is a bottle warmer and sterilizer. And so I didn't even really, I mean, I guess I knew that it existed, but I always thought like bottle warmer and then sterilizer, whereas this does both, so that's really handy. So if you intend on bottle feeding or you intend on pumping and feeding with a bottle, super helpful. It literally will heat up your bottles in seconds, and then they're warm and you don't have to deal with like overheating in the microwave and heating up a mug full of water or something to heat your milk. So super easy. More than that is the sterilizing feature, because if you are pumping, you will need to sterilize your pump parts every day, even sterilizing your haka every day. The other thing is, if you're using pacifiers, those can go in there. We've put syringes in here when we were syringe feeding. And so this thing sterilizes in 8 minutes. It comes with a little cup. You put in water in here, you click the button, and in 8 minutes, everything is sterilized. It goes in our bathroom, so you could put it in your kitchen, but if you're far from your kitchen or something, wherever you're feeding or wherever you're hakaing and storing things, this can be anywhere. So it's portable, it's easy, versus otherwise to sterilize your parts, you're boiling a pot of water, letting them boil for 5 to 20 minutes, and then taking them out. It becomes like kind of a hassle. And honestly, you don't have that much time in postpartum, like time flies. So having a sterilizer available and easy right there has been such a blessing and so much easier in the postpartum period. And now I'm like, okay, I get it, I understand, and probably worth it. I think this one was maybe like $30, but again, totally worth your money. throw it on your registry. So then I have 2 more items. These are gonna be the more pricey items. I've kind of gone like low-ish to high. As you're putting together your registry, you're gonna have to determine what are the items that you're gonna spend more money on versus the ones that you can kind of skimp by on. And so I will also say that with my sister, they are not expensive people. They're actually missionaries in South America, so they don't have a ton of money either. And so these have been the things that have been the investment that I would actually recommend. Now, mind you, one that you could probably get by with not spending as much money is some sort of sound machine. So when we are supporting your sleep, one of the items and tools to help support your sleep and baby's sleep to sleep better is a sound machine. Now, babies are noisy. They like, they like make all these noises all night long that you hear and wake you up, and then you're like, are they okay? When it's just normal newborn sleep. And so for you to drown out some of the sound, and then also for their brain to help them sleep better, a sound machine is definitely an investment that I recommend. Now, investment, you can get sound machines for like 30 bucks. So this one is gonna be about $60, so it's gonna be more pricey for a sound machine. Now, it doubles as a sound machine, a night light, which is really nice if you're breastfeeding in the nighttime without turning on all the lights. You have enough of a glow to like get the job done. And then it's also touch screen, or touch tap, turn on thing. So I literally just tap it and it goes through the different settings for the different sounds. There's all sorts of different sounds. And I will say I'm picky about my sounds. I like more of a white noise or like some sort of like nature sound, but this has newborn like lullabies on it. But here, I'll go through and you can hear it. Waves, very nice. And then everything's on the bottom as far as like the sound goes, but it also links to an app on your phone. So you don't have to flip it over. You could just look on your phone, turn it up, change the setting, program it. It's really nice. And I'm gonna turn up the sound. Ooh la la. Okay. And then to go through the settings, you can just tap the top as well. Rain. Waves, I think. Nothing, just light. Crickets. Rain. Streams. I think we may have cycled through. Wind. Slash a thunderstorm, maybe. More waves. You get the idea. And then if you cycle through the bottom, there are lullabies. Oh, birds chirping. I think those were all different nature sounds, to be honest. I don't know how many settings they have on this thing, but it has so many. Crickets. Ding, ding. I couldn't listen to that all night, but to put your baby down, you could. You get the idea. There are so many settings, and then to turn it off, you just hold your fingers on it, and it's off. It is so nice, so easy, and of course we love the app features for all of us young people having babies and that like our little apps on our phones, okay? So some sort of sound machine, huge recommendation for you to support your sleep and also baby's sleep. That is recommended by sleep specialists as well to use a sound machine. And then last but not least, this is your splurge, okay? And this one, I did reach out to Nanit because Nanit is by far my favorite baby monitor. There are so many baby monitors out there. By baby monitor, that's a way to either hear your baby or see your baby. Nanit is the one to spend your money on, if you ask me. I recommend it to all my clients. I recommended it to my sister. I have put it on their little base here, and so we chose, they have 2 models for the Nanit, okay? The Nanit is either the floor stand model, where this goes up and over the crib, and I will show you here a little screen recording of what you see on the app, or you can mount it to the wall, and then it literally just plugs in like this. And then you can see it like rotates from here. This just sets somewhere. So that's the floor stand model that we got. You can either use the floor and then it comes with the side, or you can mount it to the wall over your crib. But this is going to allow you to watch your newborn when you're not in the room. Huge anxiety for new parents is wondering what's going on with your child, feeling like they need to be next to you all the time. And so this will allow you to put your baby in the crib for a nap, go to the kitchen, make dinner, shower, pee, do all your things, and if you're curious what's going on, or even when you're working, you can like watch your baby sleep. The view of this, guys, the camera is so good, it is so clear, and then when you open the app, I'm gonna open it right now. So when you open the app, it shows a live view, it shows the temperature in the room, the moisture in the room, which is so easy, and then if you purchase it with this swaddle that comes with it, this technology with the little squares and dots or whatever, links up with the camera to show you breathing motion. So you can turn that sensor on and it will tell you the respiratory rate of your newborn. Me as a nurse, this is like, it doubles for a baby monitor, a video recorder thing, and you can see like how well they slept, how much they stirred. It shows like stats on all of that, and then it also alerts you if there's movement in the crib. And so we are all linked. That's the other thing. The app can be downloaded by multiple different people. And so my sister, my brother-in-law, and myself all have this app on. And so if he's sleeping in here, we'll all get a little like, ding, hey, there's movement, hey, there's sound. You can actually talk to your newborn through the thing. So if they're like, you can be like, it's okay, Dakota, you're okay, I'm right here, blah, blah, blah. And even that can soothe them. When they're older and they can understand you, that's even better. And so honestly, I could just go on and on and on about how amazing this product is. It's the baby monitor of all people. A bunch of my friends have it, a bunch of my clients use it. Everybody's very happy with it. So I mean that with all of my heart. The other thing is that when your baby gets older, they have the larger sleep detector, breathing detector thing. This actually has a name. I apologize. I don't remember what it is. But either way, it shows you the respiratory rate of the newborn. Now, I will say with that, nothing replaces your own assessment. And so if you walk in and the thing's like, hey, the baby's not breathing, and you look at your baby and it's moving, it is technology, so it's not gonna be perfect. The other thing is it does need to be connected to Wi-Fi. So most of us have Wi-Fi in our homes, so that's also good. I would probably recommend the floor model just because then it can move around, especially if you don't have one stationary place that you're putting your baby to sleep for naps. But otherwise, you could mount it to the wall above the crib. Super easy, so nice. It's gonna run a price tag of about $500. Definitely worth it though, and I may have a promo code for you down below. We'll see. You can check the description box if you wanna try that out. So these would be my top 10 items that I would get you started with, but I also want to remind you that less is always more when it comes to newborn stuff. It's so easy to get completely out of control and end up with all sorts of stuff that you don't need. Save your receipts from your baby registries. Ask for gift cards. That's another tip I have for you. The other two items that I don't have featured on here clearly that you absolutely need are a car seat, duh, and I could do a whole video on that if you wanted, and something to put your baby in. So whether that be a bassinet, a co-sleeper, a DockATot, something like that to be able to put your baby down to free up your hands, give you a breather in life. Those would be two other things that I would recommend that I haven't totally featured here, but are a little bonus for you. If you have other suggestions, that maybe things that you were like, this is absolutely something that was so helpful to me, throw it in the comment box down below. If you have ideas for future videos, please throw them in the comment box down below. Questions, comment box down below as well, and I may get back to you on a coffee and questions in the future. And then make sure you check out the description box as well. That's where I've linked all of these items and more, including my Amazon list, my Instagram, other ways to get connected with me. If you truly want more from me, set up a one-on-one call, some birth coaching, virtual support, online classes. Everything is over at bundlebirth.com. I am here for you, and I wish you guys so much happy shopping. Try to enjoy it, and as you dream about your newborn coming, that I hope that this is like very therapeutic for you and it can be really life-giving rather than something super stressful for you. And then make sure you subscribe, and until next time, don't forget to flex and flow, and I will see you soon. Bye! Hey guys, I'm Sarah Lavonne, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Oh God. Okay, that was a close one too. So I have 10 things, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10. I'm so organized. Okay. Wow, I'm chugging that ish. Chugging it. Okay, my nails look terrible. I'm feeling shiny. Having people purchase you. No. Weird laugh. Oh, I want to save that for later. Ooh. god, I'm so hot. We are dripping in sweat. All right, well, that's as good as it's gonna get.